What did they send me? A gift package? Let's see here. Oh, that wasn't a gift. I bought that. Intake manifold for $45. There you go. It's a little short, stubby one. It's a 45 solo, not a trike. Trike's a lot smaller. So it's a plumber intake manifold. So these, when you buy, you want to make sure they're flat across the surfaces. It is. The nuts aren't too butchered up and being beat in with a hammer to tighten them. That's how you get the things tight. You beat on with a hammer. There's a big sharp one right there. That'll get you. So the other thing to make sure is they're not worn out on the where the seal goes on. So these, you try to knock them out with a little plastic hammer. So basically you just kind of hit them right here in the nuts and knock them out. Try a plastic hammer, that don't work, use a brass hammer. These ones are pretty tight because they're corroded in, so they don't look like they're going to come off. Make sure you turn the hex part up where you can get to it so you can hit on it better, like that. Ah. See, it doesn't want to come up. Pull out a brass hammer. Don't use this one very often. Try not to get the manifold like that. It still doesn't want to come up. There, see how it's starting to move a little bit right there? Now if you put a little bit of CRC on there or something to lubricate it, probably would help a little bit. Oop, hit the manifold that time. Corrosion is pretty heavy. See all the corrosion in there? So you can get them out without spraying them, but it probably helps if you spray this stuff. That one's almost out. There, it's off. So you have the brass seal. You can see all the corrosion there holding on. So this surface right here where the brass seal wears, the seal goes right here like this. When you tighten that up, it does two things. It squeezes the band right here, right against the manifold here, which you want to make sure it's not worn. See how this one looks like it's nice and straight all the way up? It doesn't have a big low spot in the middle. That's good. The other thing it does, it pushes this here against the side of the intake spigot on the head, and that's what seals it in that spot. So it does two things. Okay, now this other one, we're going to try spraying a little bit. Just going to take a little bit of our CRC here. Spray it in there. And then eventually it'll soak down slightly. So let's see if we can get this one to come out on this side. If you put your thumb through that, you got good holding power without hurting yourself. So you're trying to hit right on that right here, not the manifold. That's why we're using brass. Steel will cause issues. You see how it's coming up? Do a little bit each way and it just walks off. Doesn't hurt anything. It's almost off now. Probably one more hit. Nope. Almost. Should have fell off already. There we go. So now with a lubricant, you see how it makes it a little bit easier coming off. You also see the wear mark there where it wears on there. Feels nice and smooth and straight, so I got myself a really good intake manifold. Like when these are all worn right through here, they leak a lot. So You also want to make sure it's not rusted. See how it's not rusted? It's nice and smooth. So, pretty clean. Not bad. If you want to go a little bit faster with these, you hog these out slightly, smooth this up a little bit, and run a little bit faster. So the other manifolds, I got one that's made about a ½ inch longer. So that's the longer intake. So they make them both ways, short and longs. So anyway, these are pretty good. So these are 37 later. That's what these fit on a solo. Trike's ran the small one. These are for 1¼ carburetors. The Trike's using them for 1-inch carburetors. So they use the same size seal on these things here, but they stepped way down. Got a real small port and a real thick wall. And this whole flange here, instead of being this 3-bolt large like this, it's a lot smaller 3-bolt. But it still had the same nut and packing over on this side. So these just had the big steps that went down. So it's pretty obvious when you see them. Alright, there you go. 45 intake manifold. Ready to be cleaned up and put back into service.